If you enjoyed trophy logbooks, trophy whiteboarding, then boy, has this video got a treat for you because we're going one level deeper into the trophy hunting world. Yes, this is the ultimate trophy progress tracking spreadsheet, or TPT for short. So what is the ultimate trophy tracking spreadsheet of chaos that I've already forgotten the name? I hear you ask. Well, this is what this video is all about. So for those of you unawares and new to the channel, hello, my name is Lucy. I'm on a mission this year to get to 75% completion on PSN profiles. That's a very important point to note. And on this journey, I was quandering the maths. Like, how do I make the goals happen? How do I get those gains? And a good friend of mine, Mike, reached out and he was like, oh, I can help you with a spreadsheet. And so we've been working on the spreadsheet. I take no credit. All I did was, give ideas. And he has created a mastermind, a labyrinth of formulas and maths that is going to help me on my journey. And it's super awesome. And I wanted to share it with all of you guys. So if you are interested in, tracking your trophy progress, leveling up on the PlayStation level up system, or are you trying to hit a completion goal, then the spreadsheet is going to help you out. So in this video, I'm going to go through how the spreadsheet works with my stats, and you'll also have a link in the description below so you can create your own spreadsheet tracker and do it on your own. We've created a blank one for you. So let's jump into it. So this is it, everybody. This is the infamous trophy progress tracker. This is currently tracking my stats for my goal for 75% completion here, as you can see in the game plan section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of these sections one by one to explain how it works, then update them as we go for my own stats. And then when we get to the end of the video, you'll be able to see how the blank one works so you can make your own and create your own stats. So let's start here in the Legend Thriller 5. That's me, baby. Summary section. So here, Michael's done a great job, by the way, of really labeling what everything means and how you're supposed to do stuff, because he's a very diligent bugger like that. But here you can see white cells equals input data, colored cells equals calculate, don't edit. And I really love this handy feature here, which gives you the time and date when it was updated. It is American times and dates, but I'm not gonna quibble over that. I'm happy that this thing works and it's really cool. So here in this first section, we've got current status. So this is, we're gonna be entering in the stats that we have right now. So for our earned trophies and our unearned trophies. So we're gonna input all this data in a second. It's telling me how many points there are versus how many points that I could get, which will equal my completion, my total pointage, and my current level, which is super cool. Now, as I mentioned, this is all based on PSN profile, so we're going to be switching back and forth between the two in order to update this information. So currently, this is a little bit out of date because I wanted to save the updation process for you guys in this video. So what does it say here? Update these counts when you complete a game or start a new one. After completing a game, update earned trophy columns to the right or remove the game entirely from the list. The list is on the side. We'll get to that in a sec. So let me go on about updating my stats now so you can see. Well, maybe we'll do that in a sec, actually. Let's move on to the next section here. So that's what I'm working with now, currently tracking at 73.5 when this was last updated. Now, here is where the magic happens, as they say in Cribs. So we've got your games list here. Now, this is the list of games that you are either working on or you are interested in working on. So, and also, look at this. How cool is this? You can sort them by different, look, all these things with little sortings, which I think is really cool. It does mess up the, this is supposed to be white, gray. But for functionality like that, I'm not gonna cry over uncolor-coded cells. So I'm just going to go over here. So this list is based off of the games that I had put in my original trophy whiteboard sheet. So games that, for instance, I've got BioShock here. Have I ever played it? No. This is important because it's not going to add it to my total here, all of the stats. Does it have DLC? Yes, that's also important because one of my rules was I'm not going to play DLC for everything. I'm not going to buy DLC for everything. If I'm not into it, I'm not a big DLC person. The estimated hours to plat is a pretty cool feature. That's also taken off of PSN profiles, but you can do whatever estimated hours from, Power Picks or another trophy hunting site, whatever is, best works for you. We haven't edited the DLC section. So this is now how you do the plan. So here is where I've put all the games that I either am playing. So for instance, I have started Borderlands 3 and my goal is to at least finish the base game. So here it's important that I flip this to yes, so that the points are being, utilized in this section here. There's also DLC, but as you can see, I haven't done this one yet. So look, I'm going to flip this to, actually I'll flip that Oh, there's a lot to it. I'll flip this in a second. We'll start with no for now. But I should flip this to yes, because I do plan, I think, to complete the base game, but I have no interest in completing the DLC. So there's a bunch of stuff here. We're going to edit some bits in a bit so you can see how that all works. Then we've got we just looked at the game plan section. Oh, I should be reading this. Game list. Change ever played to yes once you've played the game and its trophy list is appearing on your profile. I could have just read that other than just spending the last 2.5 minutes waffling about what was very articulately written in that cell. Game plan, make a plan, achieve your goal. Boom! So that's where we are deciding here. Are you going to complete the base game or are you going to complete the DLC? Are you going to do both? Now here's where the magic really happens. Here's where the mathematical genius. So these gains, behold. So here in this cell, it's telling you all the trophy percent increase that you will get from each of these games. So for instance, if I played, let's go back to the top, BioShock, I'm going to get 13% completion or 0.13% completion increase, but that's in counting both the base trophies and the DLC trophies. So if I'm just doing the base game, which is what I've planned to do here let's do Borderlands 3 actually as a good example. Borderlands 3, Cell 4. Cell 4, let's flip this to yes. Let's flip this to no. I don't know. I know how it works, but sorry, please bear with me. So this has got bigger gains here. So all the DLC for Borderlands 3 and the trophy base will equal 0.6.4. Yeah, so that's quite big gains. But if I only do the base game, it's only 0.22%. The DLC trophies account for 0.42%. So that's a really interesting breakdown, especially for me where I'm like planning, where I want to hit this and play it. Yes, I want to do the base game, but I don't want to do the DLC. So overall, that's really only going to give me 22% completion. And again, here you can start, changing things. We'll have a look at that in a sec. So I can here, if I want to sort by, I think it's A to Z. And there, yeah. So we're doing A to Z here. Now it's listing all the games in order of what's going to get me the most gains overall, which again will be Borderlands 3. Then I should probably play Resident Evil 5, Cyberpunk, Elden Ring. So I find this really handy in a way of like, this has really like helped get me like, it really is like a trophy hunting kick, because when I'm at a loss and I don't really know what to do or what I want to play, I'll like come to the spreadsheet and have a look like, so that's why I went back to Plague's Tale, because Plague's Tale was going to give me big gains when I looked at the spreadsheet. And I was like, that is so interesting. So I went back, did it, and I bumped up a whole like percent, well, not percent, but it did give me big games. So like here, if I'm thinking like, what should I play next? I think I might go Resident Evil 5 next based on these games, although that does have a lot of DLC, 15%. So I'm really only getting 35%. So maybe for me, it might be more beneficial to rank by base game only, as that's what I'm going to be doing mostly. So what's giving me the most? Now it's actually Cyberpunk would give me the biggest gains just on base. Resident Evil 5 next, then Elden Ring. Oh, I forgot to mention the increase per hour. So this is also maths that will work out from here, your total hours that you put in. So I could do Z to A, which is giving me a TBC. So I should do A to Z. And then you can see like what's going to give you, if you go to the bottom, 45% completion. So Sonic Origins is probably the quickest percentage gains that I can get based on the hours that I need to do. So that's what I'm saying. This is super in depth. Like once you're into the maths and you're into it all, you can really start, figuring out what you should be doing, where you should be working, like, focusing your efforts on, like, whilst Resident Evil 5 will get me, like, where's Resident Evil 5? And this is there. It's like, it's second. Because Resident Evil 5 is only 30. Sonic Origins have only got 4 hours left. Whereas Resident Evil 5, I've got 30 hours estimated left to plat. And that's why that's coming up next. Is like, I can get about 12% gains per hour based on the base game only. Right, so over here we have the all trophies. So this will require you to type in, I want to go back to A to Z so I know what I'm talking about. Hang on. There we go. So I know that the top one is BioShock. So this is where you'll need to input all of the trophies. So fill in total trophy counts for any game played or unplayed. So you'll type in how many bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And this is overall. You need everything here. Then in this column, you'll need to put all the base games. This is not counting DLC. So fill in trophy counts for the base game trophy set will be the same as green all trophies columns if the game does not have DLC. So that's to be expected if there is no DLC. So you'll see here for whatever this game is, 7410, 7410. That must be Brothers: A Tale of Two or Sons or something. I can't remember the name of that game. Doesn't have a platinum though. And then you're going to want to fill in the earned base game trophies. Fill in the base game trophies you've earned, update as needed to see remaining games. Oh, so I should be doing that, to be honest. We'll do that in a sec, actually. So this will be what you've earned so far. So with BioShock, I have earned none of the trophies because I've not actually played it yet. Whereas you can see here, whatever this game is, which is Borderlands 3, that would be for 24-2, no golds, no platinum yet. Then if the game has a DLC, that's where you input the DLC trophies that you have earned, which is, this must be The Witcher. I'm guessing is that 20 bronze. So that's where all the maths is happening. That's where all the things are going down. That then takes you to your game plan section where here you start entering in your goals. So for me, my goal is 75%. It's telling me how many points are needed for that, what my planned increase is based on everything that I flipped to yes in this game plan section. So that's why the blue is helping. So the blue is correlating to the blue in this section here. And it's also well, I haven't actually set a level goal because I don't have a level goal in mind, but if you do, you can do that here. Yeah, so at the moment, based on all the games that I've flipped to yes, my current percentage increase will get me to 74.03%. So I'm not going to hit my goal with the amount of games that I've got on my plan. So I'm going to have to either go back to my, well, I've not flipped a lot of these to yes yet, but we'll see the difference actually. Here we can see what's happening. So I went to Borderlands 3 and I flipped that to yes. Let's flip that to no. You'll see that here in this section. We can do it again so you can see in real time. Oh, it's because, right. Let's do Dark Souls 3 so we're all on the same area. Dark Souls 3. Oh, actually, let's do Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy, I currently have flipped to no because I've not played it. It doesn't have any DLC, and I haven't put it as my game plan yet. But I can check how much will that get me. So if I flip that to yes, that's going to give me 73.91. Let's put Borderlands 3 back onto yes, 74.31. So here you can start seeing that now. As I'm adding games into this games list, I can start predicting, what games do I need to play? What do I need to do in order to reach my goal? And I'm still like a whole 80-something% off. Like if I flipped, oh, actually I am doing Lego Avengers. So that should be flipped to yes. That's bringing me up to 74. Not doing the DLC. I'm gonna put Resident Evil 4 and 5 in my game plan. We're doing it now, everyone. You're seeing what's happening. Still below Sonic Origins. I haven't put that in my game plan either. So I need to review my own list. That gets me super close. Witcher 3. Stray I already did. So, but Stray doesn't have it. Yeah, Stray shouldn't really count too much because I already finished that. We've already done Little Big Planet, Elden Ring. Yes. Cyberpunk, Dark Souls 2. Cuphead. Yes. Crash 4, complete base game. I'll flip that to no because I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So based on this list here, I don't want to commit too much, but let's just say I was committed to doing Dark Souls 2. There you go. Now I've hit my goal of 75%. So let's just, I might flip some of these back afterwards, but you can see here, like if I committed to doing all the games that I flipped to yes, now I've made it 75%. Well, that's just, the pie in the sky hope that we make it. So that's on a planned increase of 27% and a total of 9,420 points, I believe that is. And then, oh, of course, I forgot. The love of my life is here. Garrus is here, willing me on to do well. This was part of a joke, an inside joke, but you may add the own love of your life here to help you, reach your goals. When I look into Garrus's eyes, I know I can do anything.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course.
Right, so then we look at the game plan time tracker. So let's say I'm committed to doing all the games that I have flipped to yes. I put my deadline here, which is the 31st of December, 2022. It means this is the part that gives me nightmares. That means I need to earn 38 points per day, which is about a couple of bronzes, a bit more than a silver. I need to earn a bit more than a silver every day. Planned hours. So based on the games that I've picked, it's going to take me 424 hours to do this goal. Now that's why the hours column is really interesting and important if that's something that you think is helpful to you. I've picked a lot of games that have quite lengthy platinums, like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk. Those are hundreds of hours just there. So that you're going to see in a second when I start flipping things about, that'll also change. So maybe I need to start picking some shorter games in order to bring down that length of time, because that is a lot of time. Estimated hours needed per day based on planned games deadline. I will need to play 2.8 hours, minutes, I'm not sure, per day in order to hit my goal if this is what I'm planning to do. So if I flip, what's a big game that's got a lot of time associated to it? Maybe let's just flip Resident Evil. That's only 30 hours. But you can see the numbers now have changed down here. We've gone drastically down. And if I flipped Cyberpunk, shame that we can't have everything. Let's flip Elden Ring, because Elden Ring's on the same. Flip Elden Ring to no. All of a sudden, drastic drop. Percentage hasn't dropped too much though. So this is why it's really interesting. You can flip these switches, see what is worth your time, what's giving you the most gains. Because unflipping Elden Ring and Resident Evil 5 has only dropped me like 40% or so underneath my 75% completion ratio, but it has significantly almost halved my time. But yeah, it literally has. It's now 294, and I only have to play for 2 hours every day. So that's the meat and bones of the tracker. Like, that's what's going on here. That's how it can help you. Hopefully you can find that something in that useful. I'm like addicted to this thing. I'm on it all the time. So let's get into how we actually update this thing. So based on PSN profiles, which is an important fact to note, let's jump over to my PSN profiles now, where we can see that actually I've got 73.16% completion, but here I'm lacking. I'm slacking here. So I need to do a bit of quick maths. So let's walk through this together. So I need to update the bronze, the silver, and the gold, and the platinums of my earned. And then I also need to update the unearned. So to do the earned, that's pretty simple. We'll just look at here, and I will just type those in super quick now. And moving, now that's not going anywhere because I haven't actually planned any games, but I also then need to do the unearned trophies, which you can find out by going to your trophy advisor. This is a little bit longer in order to do this, but you need to go by each type. So the trophy advisor, for those who don't know, on PSN profiles, it's showing you the amount of trophies that you could earn that you don't currently earn. And you need to also put show DLC so that you're getting everything in your list, because PSN profiles counts DLC whether you own the DLC or not. So now that's listing 1749 trophies. So let's add that there, 1749. Or if you're really quick at maths, you could just take away the numbers that you're adding. So for me, that should have been an easy one. Why did I go to gold? That was 27 because I only earned one, and then silver 745, and platinum hasn't changed. Here we go. So there we go. You can see that I have now aligned. I have 73.16 here and 73.16 here. Ta-da! Hooray! So that's how you update this section to see your current goal. Right, now I need to go and update what's been going on here. So what have I played since I last updated it? I mean, I've done Sackboy. So that will also help me see the games. So that's not as necessary updating this all the time, but if you want to be on point, you can. So I have all trophies, all base ranks. So I need to update my earned trophies. So for this, I will go to Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Oh, and I could just see it here, actually, 2932. So that's this section over here, 2932. Also, I've got 2, 9, 32. And now if we scroll back here, you can see what's left now for me to do is 0.05%. So by getting that last 2 trophies I think I need, that will bump me up, and that will also be the platinum. Now it's worth noting that the platinum doesn't actually add to percentage, because you're working on getting to the platinum, which is 100%. So all of the other trophies are what adds up to 100%. Because once you have the platinum, if the platinum was part of your work, so if you've got a pie, okay, and the pie equals 100%, so this is the best way that I can figure it out. You want to get the platinum trophy, which is up here. Now, this pie is telling you how much of the trophies that make up the pie are going to get you to the platinum trophy. If the platinum trophy was part of the pie, then it's not an accurate representation because that platinum trophy will take up a slice of the pie. So what you're actually doing is working out 80% of the pie in order to get the last 20%. Does that make sense? So the whole pie, once you equal pie, you equal platinum. That's how I maths, everybody. I only got a B in maths, so hopefully that was beneficial. Right, so now that I've updated all of this, let's see. My goals have not, my amount of trophies that I've earned of getting there. I'm just going to go through and I want to just quickly flip back all of the things that I'm actually going to do. So 1 second while I update that. So now that's all, I'm happy with that. Let me just review this. Right, so now I've updated all of it to how I want it to be. I've flipped everything that I'm going to plan to play to yes, everything I've not to no. One thing we can do here is we can move. I've done stray now, so I can put that to 0. And to be honest, I don't need stray here anymore. It's not adding anything to my completion now that I've completed it. I'm on 0, 0, 0. So you can just delete it. You know, you're not going to cause any problems. So this is the part now where I want to try and look at some new games that I want to play and see if they're worth my time. So this is to show you how you can update your games list to make informed decisions about your trophy completion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to PSN profiles, and I have 2 games on my list of things that I am interested in playing, want to play. Oh, and before we get to that, it's worth noting that every time you add a new game to the list, you're obviously adding to your overall, amount of trophies that you can earn, your overall unearned. So it's going to mean that, while you will get gains, there's also going to be a bit of a step back. But if you are going to complete it, then you are going to move forward. So a lot of the games here that I have yet to play, but I'm thinking about playing. So like Nier Automata, for instance, that will get me 0.11%. Dark Souls 2, another game that I've not played, 0.11%. 0.11% for me is what I'll get pretty much for any new game if they have, the baseline set of trophies, which is normally 1,300 points or something. It will differ between people depending on how many games you've played and how many unknown trophies you have. But that's for me. Every time I play a new game, it will be about 0.11%. So I like to bear that in mind because I'd rather go back and get some of these old games to help boost up the completion rather than always going to new games. But I do need to go to new games clearly because now that, oh God, I hate that my computer does that sometimes. I need to go to new games. Oh, wow. Based on the games that I have, I can make it. Job done. But I'm not convinced that, wow. I'm not convinced I'm going to play Cyberpunk, to be honest, and complete that. That'll drop me down. Wow. Wow, as Owen Wilson would say. Have I really done it? Could that really be possible? But I also want to add some other games, so the other games that I do want to play. Game number 1 that I'd like to play is I'd like to play Batman Return to Arkham. I only want to play Arkham Asylum though, actually, so I should probably put Arkham Asylum. Why do I want to play this? I've already played it before. Well, I actually really like this game and I miss playing Batman games. I was playing Spider-Man recently and I was like, damn, I miss a good Batman game. And this game is here for me. There we are, Batman Arkham Asylum, PS4. Let's edit that in. So now, goodbye Stray. Let's get rid of Stray. My God, I keep clicking on the old one. I'm going to put, so we can see, Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm going to put PS4 just to clarify that. Ever played? No, because we don't want that. Estimated hours to play. Let's look at this guide here. They're saying it's going to take 20 hours. 20 hours, that is good games. I love this. 20 hours. DLC, no DLC. Plan to complete the base game. Let's put that to no right now. And let's add up all the trophies. So this should be fairly simple because there's no DLC trophies, but I think the next game I'm going to input will have DLC trophies. So we can see here this has 1 platinum, 1 gold, 18 at 28. So bronze trophies for this, because these have got all the stray ones, 28. Silver trophies, 18. Gold trophies, was it 2? I've forgotten already. 1. Platinum, 1. Let me just check. 28, 18. Yeah, 1. All base game trophies. Let's also marry that up so that they match. 28, 18, 1. I have earned none because I've yet to play the game. So let's flip those all to 0. And it has no DLC. So let us see how many, well, it'll give me 11%. I know, actually, because 11%, that's what, 0.11, as to be predicted. But if I did flip this to yes, you can see my predicted score goes up now quite high. So I think that's a good one. I think I can definitely do that one. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that as a yes, because I do really want to go back and play it. Now let's update the spreadsheet with another game that might be a little bit more in depth because it'll have DLC trophies, which is a game that I am anticipating in playing, I think, because one of the things I might have to do is I might have to just buy new games in order to make these games up. So I played Little Nightmares last year. Little Nightmares did not have a platinum, but number 2 does have a platinum. And I am interested. Oh, Little Nightmares. I'm interested in playing the second one. Trophy list doesn't seem too difficult. There's a PS5 version. Fantastic. All up that. Look at that. 51% completion. This looks like a doozy. But there is no DLC. Oh, interesting. Well, you get the idea. You would just add the DLC trophies in anyway. I thought this had DLC because Little Nightmares has hella DLC. Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of going for a brand new game, I'll show you what happens when we add a game that I already own. So I already own Death Stranding. Pretty poor amount of trophies here that I have yet to earn. Will I go back to it? I don't know, but I'm interested in seeing what the numbers will be. So we can see here in this column what the total amount of trophies are. This doesn't have any DLC either. And what the overall is. If you did have a game that had DLC, then all you would do is just fill in that DLC section. Right, let's go. I'll speed this up. This game is stingy. 59 bronze trophies. What are they talking about? Good Lord. Oh, be sure not to mess about with the wrong column. 59, 2, 1. Oops. 1. And then what have I earned? I think I've only earned 12 trophies. 11, even worse. All right, let's see how much I'm being punished. How much percentage is 35% for not doing Death Stranding, but not getting many games. I need 0.003 for that. Wow. So that's how the spreadsheet works. That's how you can update it. If things do have DLC, then make sure you flip the switch. And don't forget, you need to flip the switch as soon as you start playing a game. As soon as I install Batman Arkham Asylum, I need to flip the switch to yes, because then it will start calculating all of the points that I've not earned and will be earning in this section here. And then just as a quick FYI, there's this tab here, which is the points, which is needed for one of the formulas. So, do you want to do this? Do you want to have your life and your gaming habits dictated by the spreadsheet? It is, I'm not going to lie, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. Maybe it's because I'm a goal-orientated person and I enjoy having stats. But you can have your very own one. Here, ba-da! We've created a blank version for you so you can insert your username here, update it with all your trophies and stuff, then create your own set of games that you've either started to play to make your back. This also helps you with your backlog completion because you add your backlog games, you add games that you'd want to play. Add your goals here, whether it's completion or level. Then all of this will start updating. Then also do your deadlines as well. And of course, please paste a motivational image here of your love of choice. Of course, we do suggest Garrus because Garrus is all about those calibrations. Garrus would love this spreadsheet. He would be all over it. He'd be Tyrion dancing across the dance floor to speak to me and ask me about the spreadsheet. And then I'd say you have to defer to Mike because I have no clue. Right, and then of course here you can do all your updatings and stuff. Don't mess with anything that is in the colored boxes. Only input information in the white boxes. This here will also help with the level if that's what you're up to, as I said. And there you go. That is the mega spreadsheet. I hope you guys love it and get into it. Let me know how it goes. Oh, very important as well, before you all go away and leave the video, make a copy of this spreadsheet. Don't use this one. You need to make a copy of it. I think the permissions are locked, so only I can edit it, but I'll double check. But yeah, link will be in the description a lot below. Make a copy. And I'd love to see on Twitter people tagging me with pictures of their spreadsheets. Like, what are your goals and stuff? Please hit me up on that. So there we go. That was the ultimate trophy progress tracker spreadsheet of awesomeness. I've just added more of the title now. So I'm hoping that will help you get those gains, hit those trophy goals for always and eternity. Please, as I said just before, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, or whatever with your goals. I'd love to see people using it. It'd be so cool to see everybody what you're striving for, what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, what are you playing, and hopefully you reach it. So that's all I've got for you. I think that's everything in my notes. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this will help you in your trophy hunting journey, and I shall catch you all next time for another video. Until then, keep hunting those trophies and keep it locked to the channel.